Today's show is about making sure you choose better before the ambulance, the divorce lawyer, or the doctor chooses it for you. Yeah, true mother. You know the rest. And it all starts live right now on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and everyone else. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
when something negative comes up.
Building muscle improves blood flow.
From squirting to squirreling.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Is my sleep been good? That's
Doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys. Hey, there's that signature sound. It's called the morning. I don't know. It's the sound that wakes you up. It's not an alarm. It's not a snooze button, but it sounds like this. Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show for men who real talk. Motivating content, an entertaining conversation that collide with little chaos, a lot of entertainment, and the host who's struggling to get the words out of his mouth this morning. And hey, there's a hard reset on morning mindset, and it is happening right now. Hey, listen, before we dive in, got some housekeeping. Yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe. And if you're stumbling across our channel, I invite you to comment. Come say hi to Melissa in the comments. Producer Melissa's out there hanging out with you guys in the comments this morning. We got Jimmy out there, well, us on the buttons. Yes, what's shaking everybody? What's shaking everybody? We want you part of the conversation. So, hey, if you're sleeping there, sitting there, laying back there, considering hitting the snooze button, well, you're going to be 9 minutes behind the guy who didn't. And just a reminder, guys, this is an R-rated, sometimes X-rated experience. How do I know? Yesterday, we talked to Ejaculate for 7 minutes. Yeah, no, not Jacqueline. Hi, I didn't say Jacqueline. Hi, Jimmy. No, I said Ejaculate. Yeah, EJ. I'm telling you guys. This is a friendly notice. The kids are either going to get educated. Mommy, what is ejaculate? Oh, that's the cream that daddy puts on my back. Oh, what? Did he just say that? Hey, the language might get interesting, and the real talk is not rated PG here on the show. Yeah, Grok told me to say that. Grok's a co-host here on the show as well, guys. What is shaking everybody? Hey, remember, you hit that snooze button, you're 9 minutes behind. 9 minutes of daily morning motivation might be the difference between the morning wood or the doctor visit. We're coming up talking about that later on here in the show. All right, what's coming up here, guys? Current conversations. Sterling and Preston, our resident. What's going on, bruh? What's going on? Eastern Tamez joining us live. Where are you joining us from, Eastern? Is it Easton? Easton Tamez. Where are you joining us from, Easton? Good to have you here on the show this morning. What a shaking. We are live, baby. Hey, just because we know Pepsi is the most healthiest company on the planet. Yeah. Pepsi today. We're talking about it coming up on the conversation desk with Sterling and Preston. And yeah, shaking. What's going on, Easton? Where are you joining us from, bro?
Hey, bro. What's going on, bro? Hey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, yeah, we're talking GLP. Here's again, we got the resident expert, Jon Andersen. And then we're going to fly straight into one of the most humbling headlines of the week.
What's up, bro?
92-year-old sprinter with the mitochondria of a 20-year-old. My mom is making an appearance on the show today. Nah, mom's not 92. Mom's 102. True story. No, she's not. And hey, nothing going on, Eastern Tamez. Where are you joining us from, brother? And then the one that hits hardest. Why eating alone is slowly killing strong men. Guys, if you're heading out for dinner tonight, don't go by yourself. It might kill you. We're going to talk about it coming up on the show today. And hey, on center stage, we're going to continue a little journey from yesterday. We talked about Tom Stoltman, the big guy who took autism, took his disabilities, and moved him to some of the greatest athletic accomplishments for his time. We're going to get back into it today. Center stage, from dope to 800 pounds. The Julius Maddox redemption story. Yeah, we're talking about a man who went from drugs, chaos, and almost losing everything to putting 900 pounds on his chest. Husky Keith sat his fat ass on his chest and he pushed me up. Yeah. And building a life that would have unrecognizable to his younger self. Hey, I'm feeling pretty sharp today, man. Just dropping the fucking nuggets left and right. True story. And hey, we're going to pull out of the pattern. How men actually change when the stakes are life or death. Yeah, I'm going to the doc today. Oh yeah, I'm so excited about that one. The eye doc. I fucking hate the eye doctor. We're going to talk about it coming up on the show here today. Melissa's rolling her eyes going, oh, another thing he fucking... Oh, I can't say hate because Anderson's going to give me shit. I strongly dislike going to the eye doctor and the dentist and the doctor. Hey, maybe all of you men do. True story. Yeah. And hey, we are going to have some fun leaning into nostalgia today and how it boosts self-confidence. It's true. And I got some fun stuff to put on the table that I suspect is going to bring up the nostalgia vibes here in the community this morning. And then coming up, guys, hour two. Yeah, this is a 2-hour show, you guys. Holy smokers. Deep dive. We're gonna talk about the main event. Health wake-up calls. The moment men finally change. Maybe it's the, hey, Billis, your ass is too fat. Yeah. It's time to get on the GLP-1s. Oh, we're gonna talk about the text from your doctor that says, brother, get off the fucking treadmill, get out of the ultra-processed foods and put some good food in your body. Or the moment your kid says, Dad, you're always tired. Dad, you're not hanging out. What the hell's going on? Fun, fun, fun. Eastern Tamas, what kind of drugs we talking about here today, brother? Smoking spliffs, crush and grind. And then we're going to pivot away from the body to the brand. To all my business owners out there, all my entrepreneurs out there, we're going to talk about Google, Microsoft, Perplexity, how they secretly decide if your brand shows up in AI search. Yes, and hey, as we are building this business and you guys are building your business, I figured, hey, it's a great conversation to talk about when it comes to how to grow your business. So if you're a business owner, a creator, or just a guy trying to build something that cultivates his current job title, this is the AI business segment where we unpack the new AI answer engines and decide if you get mentioned or ignored. Morning focus. Yeah, we're going to talk about output and identity. I found a nice little post on LinkedIn yesterday. Yeah, they did 50 episodes in 2 years. Petro, good morning, Petro. This podcast, they did 50 episodes in 2 years. Can you fucking believe it? 50 episodes in 2 years. We do 40 in a week. I got something to say. Congratulations on your 50 in 2 years. Just saying, life is about context, isn't it? And then we're going to close hour two with Community Corner, the leadership trap that's draining you and how to get your younger self back with our very own Maya Reyes. Nation, settle in, strap it in. 52 years, Eastern Tamas, you are one of me, brother. I love it. The morning loop. It starts right now.
Morning, fellas. Did yesterday convince you to stop turning your kitchen sink into a chicken sprinkler system?
Because the way Keith described that splash zone, half the nation realized their kitchen is basically a bacteria hot tub.
And just when we thought it was safe, Dumb Shit Award introduced something called solo work expectancy.
Somewhere out there, a guy updated his calendar to legs, email, mysterious personal wellness time, convinced it adds 10 years.
We laugh, but what you do alone in your kitchen or living room quietly tells the truth about your standards.
This morning is the upgrade. Fewer questionable experiments, more habits that actually extend your life. Focus and patience with people.
Grab your coffee, leave the chicken alone, keep the weird experiments off camera, and lock in for another lab session.
I was expecting to see Sterling behind Preston. Maybe just enjoying himself in the corner there, Jimmy. But that would have leaned into yesterday's conversation with Jimmy, with Johnny and Marty. There's just Sterling delivering the news. Preston, what are you doing back there? Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing, Sterling. I'm not doing nothing. Preston, why is your arm moving up and down? Oh, nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm hiding it in my coat. Oh my God. Hey, you guys can join the show that's live right now. The comments are open. Keep Melissa busy because she doesn't know what else to say. After yesterday's conversations about ejaculate and today's conversations about solo work expectancy work. Nicely done, Jimmy. I think she's like, what the hell am I doing? What am I talking about? What am I saying here today? And to those of you guys that are not watching the show live, you suck. Yeah, true story. You all suck. Yes, go listen to that 50-person podcast. Come get up and join our live show. It's much more better. Much more better? Yeah, what the hell English is that?
Much more better. It's much more better if you come to my live show, John Petrocelli.
All right, guys, let's get into some of the topics this morning. What's happening in the world? I hope you guys enjoy the news as much as I'm delivering it to you guys, because I'm telling you, pardon my language, but it's fucking tough getting interesting conversations for us these days. The world is full of so much yeah, just that no, Eastern, you don't have to go to school, dude. What do you do? Go to school? You're 52, man. Hold the freaking horses, Eastern Thames or Easton. What school are you going to, brother? Are you going to like so hey, I got all the grace for beginning again, but I'm curious, where are you going to school? Are you going to Harvard? Yeah, I'm going to Harvard. Yeah. Hey, so before you go to school, I think you should head on down to get some Pepsi. Jimmy, why the hell are we buying Pepsi? Apparently Pepsi is healthy now. Jimmy.
Pepsi just dropped a prebiotic cola with 30 calories, 5 grams of sugar, 3 grams of fiber, and 0 shame. Meanwhile, Coke's still over there with fruit-flavored fiber water, and Olipop's dropping 9-gram gut bombs like it's nothing. Dietitians are saying, chill, it's extra fiber, not a miracle, especially if 1 gram of inulin already destroys your afternoon.
Les Fresno Elementary. Hey, Fresno, is that in California? Fresno. Dude, I love the fact that you get up and hey, Easton, did you subscribe to this channel, or did you do you know about this channel, or did you stumble upon this channel? I'm really curious, man. I'm enjoying having you in the feed here today, so I'm curious how you got here and what do you do? So hold on a second here. You're on a men's morning show that talks about ejaculation and solo life expectancy work, and you're making your way to an elementary school. I love you, brother. Good man. What's going on, big dog? Jon Andersen's in the live with me now. How are you, pal?
Just trying to get my dumping schedule back on track after my travels. It's not cooperating.
Can I tell you something? So since we've been hanging out, and
you never talked about shitting so much in your life.
No, not only that, man, but I'll tell you, because the tools that I use have our transcripts, right, and have our search history. So, dude, I have never been served up with more news in my life. I've never in my entire life been served up news about movements and bowel movements and fecal matter and bacteria. And I've learned more about that, brother, than I probably have in my whole 20 years. Speaking of learning, I have something I have to talk to you about here this morning. It's about school.
Well, real quick, before you switch subjects, and my guess would be, because you've never probably spent any time with someone who is A, taken as many dumps per day, and B, use that information as a tool to get better.
No, so you know what? Remember how you told me that you were the guy eating 1,000? I'm making an exaggerative point. 1,000 grams of protein before the world was catching up to your knowledge. You're like, yeah, fuck, protein's the key, man. Right?
According to the world, is way overeating protein.
Yes. So you will be proud to know, and that's why I love the future of our show here, because and I know how much you love like the wearables and all that tech gadget shit. Send that tongue in cheek, of course. Well, so the next, and I'm talking truth here right now. But the next bastion of opportunity for much tech companies is actually the toilet. There's more and more gadgets coming out because they're recognizing what you know, and I'm being serious here right now, is that what we learn from our fecal matter. So there's more devices.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So cameras and sensors and so in many ways, I'm going to be spirit. It's actually the no-brainer, isn't it? Like seriously, put a sensor in your toilet. And I know you don't like the app thing. You look, but man, just look at your phone. You know what your results are. There's certainly value to that. There is. I cannot deny that. I know you can't. You go old school, but dude, there's certainly value in that, isn't there? Because you look every day and you learn, don't you? You know, don't you? So I'm being serious.
Well, I mean, especially when you're. Now. My travel schedule was pretty minimal, but when I was moving around a lot, changing time zones, countries, and foods, it's like, I would constantly, at that point, I'm really learning. Like sometimes I would show up somewhere, like I would go to very often I'd get to Japan, it would be unbelievable how fast I would be passing shit through.
No kidding.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. No kidding. No kidding. Before we continue back in the conversation desk, I got a little bit of like a personal rant, personal observation, just thinking about how I'm going to observe it. So I was hanging
all
out
this taking a dump is making me want to take another dump, but I'm going to have to hold it because my parents-in-law are in the guest house and I'm not going up to the main house. It's fucking cold out there. So I'm going to pinch this for the love of you, my brother.
What do you call your father-in-law? You call him by his first name?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Dan. Hey, Dan, can I Dan, get out of there. Dan, I got to get in there. So just quickly, I just got to get this off my chest. So hanging on. So I've made this observation over the last couple of times, but it came to fruit a couple of days ago. So hanging out with Piper and she's like, I said, yeah, you get some homework. She goes, yeah, I got a test tomorrow. Like, oh, what's the test on? She goes, a map. I'm like, what? So Petra, you can hear this one. So I'm considering making a call to our Minister of Education to have a serious conversation. I can't understand, and I'm being really serious right now, my 16-year-old who on one hand is going to get her driver's license and moving towards adulthood in life is being taught how to color a map and label a map where Los Angeles is. Johnny.
I can tell you what, dude. He might not even know this, but I'll tell you what's happening.
Yeah.
They're feeding us full a whole bunch of information that keeps us in the position we're in. Let's just pretend. Let's just pretend you had some teacher that said, hey, let's talk math that really matters. Right? Let's talk numbers that really matter.
Yeah.
Okay. These numbers right here, if you figured out how to alter these, will change the rest of your life. The three biggest expenses that you're ever going to have.
Yeah.
Let's just call it two. Make it even more simple. Taxes and interest. If you can figure out a way to not get completely bludgeoned by these, you'll have a different life.
Well, that or maybe teach somebody how to read it.
Let's talk about algebra instead, because you're going to use that. That's going to change your life.
Oh, dude, I'm with you, man. Or it's this. Let's teach somebody how to read a P&L statement. As if it's your own P&L statement. Like, I'm serious. Like, let's talk about tools we would use. And I'm not talking about having to break down the P&L of fucking Microsoft. Maybe your personal P&L statement, what's coming in, what's going out, right? Coloring a map. And here's the thing. It's private school that I'm fucking paying for. So I'm paying this school to teach my child to fucking color a map. I'm actually I want to have a legitimate conversation with my local MLA, my parliament person, and just ask the question: why is the curriculum in 2025 include a 16-year-old coloring a map the hour before she goes to get her driver's license? Something just doesn't add up for me. Now I'm obviously creating some hyperbole and some excitement around it, but the logic doesn't connect the dots for me in 2025. That's all.
Well, I mean, yes, it's private, but how influenced is the private school?
It's funny because you're bang on. I was laughing with Piper. She was, Dad. You could tell I was getting angsty. You know how our daughters are like, Dad. I was like, no. I know it's not your teacher's fault. I know it's the curriculum.
Yeah, Dad, don't go make a fucking mess of the school again.
Yeah. So I was
the principal's name might be the same as Uncle so-and-so from the funny farm, but it isn't like it when you try to hold a scrotum.
Dude, I was the guy years ago, true story, when I was taking Piper to dance and we'd be sitting in the parking lot and a bunch of fucking morons would pull in and park in the handicap or disabled spot. And they'd sit there because they're fucking lazy and they're fat. And what they're doing is they pull up to the fucking lazy spot with their fat ass and their fat kid. And they sit there and wonder, oh, what am I doing? I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I went to some people. I'm like, doom. Oh, I'm just dropping my kid off. Yeah, well, my mom can't walk. So you're taking her spot. They look at me like, huh? Come on, people. Like that drives me nuts, man. When you're too lazy yourself, so you're going to go take from somebody else. I'm telling you.
I know it's... People don't think of much outside themselves in many cases, No, not at all. That genuine courtesy of another human being in many cases is totally overlooked. Hey, quick side note.
I
was thinking about this yesterday.
Yes.
And I racked my brain and I just couldn't come up with it. What was the name of the gentleman at the funny farm that you guys picked up and kind of brought in?
Oh, Bimbo.
Gimbo?
Bimbo. Bimbo.
Bimbo.
Yeah, Bimbo.
Okay.
Yeah. His real name was Mike, but we
Because
call him Bimbo.
I keep calling your uncle. We need to have whoever's nuts you're holding's got to have a name.
We gotta call him.
For telling a story, stories have to get better. It just can't be your uncle forever.
I love that you're thinking about my Bimbo.
Yeah, see, I love it. Even my Bimbo. I love
Bimbo.
it. Tell me you didn't hold his scrotum a few times.
No, well, maybe when I put the
You can't even answer it. The no should have been the first words out of your mouth. No. You can't even do it.
maybe when
it's like when you say to your kid, "Did you eat the ice cream? Yes or no?" And they're like, "But Dad, did you?" I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ!
maybe
Just fucking fess up to it.
Oh, Anderson. Maybe when we get the frogs down his pants, we might have brushed across the scrotum. I don't know. Oh my God, so funny, man. Hey, how was your day yesterday, man? It was a day back in a normal routine for you because you've been on the road. How did it feel? I know you have in-laws in, but how did the day feel? Was it pretty good?
Yeah, I had a really, really highly productive day.
Oh, nice. Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh shit. So I had my training session, which was good. I experimented with kind of going back to making sure it was what I started when I did my every other day.
Yeah.
And it was a great session. And the funny thing was, is I felt very similar in terms of my muscles were worked. I could tell that they were fatigued and tired. I felt the way I wanted to feel, but I didn't feel just overall fucking worked. Like I was just wanted to sit down.
Oh yeah.
So it's true to me. This is one of the things I have to manage about myself. I put all these different rules and regulations and safeguards and skipping days into making sure I don't overdo something. And then I just fit more into the time allotted that I've created to not overdo something. And so ultimately my every other day got polluted by my behavior pattern of just because it's like a boa constrictor.
Well, you know what?
Well, I'll just do this, just do this. And then after 6 or 7 do this it's like, dude, you're just fucking doing what you did every day, but you're doing it in fucking half the time, which just makes this fucking worse.
So hold on, Jimmy. Hold on before you run the clip. It's so fun to hear you admit that because we talk on the show all the time about these kind of things, these self-sabotaging behaviors that add up and it happened to me last night. I was going to bed at 8:00 and I was like, I'm going to do one more thing. And then 1 more things later, I'm sending a text to the team and whatever it was 9:40 going, okay, I got to go to bed now. Yeah. I'm fucking running late. But it was that self-sabotaging one more thing. And I polluted my 60 minutes, became 97 extra minutes. Like, what the fuck did I just do? So you know what I mean? It's funny how that happens. Hey, pal?
Well, and the thing about it is yeah, I guess the thing that I enjoy about our little stories about this is that we're managing, doing too much or trying to be productive as to where it took us a while.
Yes.
Like it didn't always have this thing where I was doing too much. I had to create the habits and the frameworks and the mental fortitude to be able to do too much at anything I do. Now that the discipline is for me to do the right amount, because I'll always end up doing too much.
So that it's interesting to hear you say that because I was that's kind of how I wrapped my brain around before I went to bed last night, which was reminding myself that I need to do the right amount, not too much, not too little. And I hate to it's like I was talking to myself because I was frustrated that I contribute to a self-sabotaging behavior because I saw it happening too. I was like, hey, just one more. Right. And so here's the thing. I had such a great, you'll be proud of me with this though. I had a really awesome day. And instead of chasing dopamine hits with food, I chased dopamine hits with another task list. That was kind of like my trade-off, right? Maybe you can relate to that. I was like, okay. So it was like, okay, instead of getting myself a piece of whatever, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go fucking back to work, put my head down, get something done. So I didn't eat. My self-sabotage behavior was the sacrifice of sleep. So that's kind of was for me.
Well, it's when you say that because when you say that actually just kind of rings in my head all of a sudden. When I plan my day, when I write everything out,
yes,
what I'm really doing as you said it, has kind of hit me like the light bulb went off. I'm basically planning my hits.
Yes.
And if I don't have enough in there,
yes,
I'm going to find some shit that's not going to be productive to get them.
Yeah, 100%, man. That's exactly it. Yeah, and that's how my day was. We ended our show into a production meeting, and then I was literally in back to back meetings until hung out with Cheryl Whitaker. She says hello. She says Keith, I have not stopped thinking about that show with you and John. She goes, I really enjoyed you guys. Really admired John. Loved you guys. And then she's like, I did a couple podcasts since your show, and she goes, you guys ruined me. She goes, they were boring and they were lame. She says, when can I come hang out with you boys? I'm like, hey, anytime. So we had a wonderful conversation, and she's awesome, man. Her attitude is exceptional. She's 60 and just getting after it. And she's like, I did not expect to be on your show, and I did not expect to. She goes, you and John really changed my mind on a few things that I was thinking about. It was really fun. It was a fun conversation with her yesterday. So.
And right there couldn't be a better compliment, because it's what we're here to do.
That's, you know what? She gave me goosebumps and almost brought mist to my eyes. I said, Cheryl, that's awesome, because exactly what we're trying to do. And I said, when I saw your picture, and I said immediately when I saw you were bald, I knew that you and Andersen were going to connect, because there's some humor there. But it was awesome. It was a great show. We're going to get her back here in the coming days here. Hey, so I know you're so don't comment on this, because we got a clip coming up here. But I know you're a big proponent of eating and food being a wonderful social connection experience. Well, there's some research that's telling us that eating alone is slowly killing men. Jimmy.
New research says older adults who always eat alone aren't just lonely, they're losing more weight and strength and independence faster. When people eat alone, the data says fruits, vegetables, and protein quietly disappear. Researchers are now saying doctors shouldn't just ask what older patients eat, but who they're eating with.
Oh, this might be a tip for you, actually, and I'm serious, that when you're working with your clients, it might be just a natural question to ask one of your gentlemen, who you hanging out with, who you eating, because it might be not a natural thing they would share. And we know, and there's so much joy that comes out of eating with somebody, right?
Well,
so
I think that the follows a different train. I think this is more of a symptom.
Okay.
Of are you living or are you dying?
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly it. 100%.
And these are people that are dying. They're not.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair observation for sure.
I mean, it's like in so many cases, these things that are brought to the table are bang on, as they say in the UK.
Yes.
But it's a symptom.
Yes. Speaking of symptoms, so I have been seeing some of this in my feeds lately, and I was eager to have this conversation with you because you are an expert in it. We are going to talk about GLPs, but I got an opener here that's talking about how GLP users are losing so much of their lean muscle mass. Jimmy, run this clip, and I want to have a conversation with John about it. Jimmy? All right, so looks like there's some challenges on the return.
It's like, I just thought of an analogy I was going to come up with when we came back, and we're back. Yeah. So a quick clip, Jim. Yeah. Thank you. It was very quick, very fast. It'd be like saying, a new breed of gun users are killing themselves more than ever before. Well, it's because they're fucking pointing it at themselves.
Yes. But what I want to understand, though, is that there is, so because I'm hearing some conflicting stuff, and I think you'd be the one who can answer this for me without confliction. I'm hearing that people that are on these weight loss drugs, are losing lean muscle mass as much as they're losing weight, and as a result, they get the sarcopenic obesity or skinny fat. Totally. Is that's happening, John? That's true.
Well, fuck, if you don't eat, that's what's going to happen.
So I'm trying to simplify, but that's really what it comes down to, because you're not eating. It's a
tool. It's a tool that makes, it's a tool that makes you either lose your appetite altogether or want to eat, or, just not, it's easier not to eat the wrong shit. There's a number of ways it can affect you. But the question is, are you using the tool properly?
Yes.
Anytime I'm advising someone with this.
Yes.
The last thing that I'm going to say, and I'll say, if you don't agree to this, I will not help you. Okay, what is it? You must eat on the clock.
Yeah.
No, not just eat.
On the clock. Yeah,
I get you. Clock.
Yeah.
Because your stomach used to be your alarm clock. It's not going to fucking sound off anymore.
Yeah.
You need to have an external alarm telling you it's time. I don't give a shit if you just eat a single fucking egg, but you have to eat. If you don't eat on the clock, I will not proceed with you.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's like saying, Keith, yes, I'll show you how to shoot this gun. But then if you don't agree not to point it at your face and look down the barrel, I will not help you. Agreed or not?
Yeah. This is going to probably drive you nuts. What I'm going to tell you next, it drives me nuts because here's how our consumer packaged
symptoms.
But our consumer packaged goods industry jumps all over this, right? So now you got all these CPG companies that are going, oh, okay.
What's so
I guess consumer
CPG.
Packaged goods companies like the big Nest, like the big packaging, like the big food companies, like the big Pepsi's, the Nestle's, the Procter and Gamble's of the world, the Pepsi's. So they're all jumping onto this train and increasing protein and increasing vitamins, and all their labeling is now targeting you as a GLP user. Eat more of our boxed crap because you're not getting, and it drives me nuts because there's no education on go to the natural foods. It's it's okay to eat the Raisin Bran with the extra 35 grams of protein. And then it's just a fucking vicious cycle of.
But it's not even a very usable 35 grams either.
No, but you know what I mean, though. It's just because now we're going to see all these. Listen, what did you and I grow up with? 2 scoops of raisins and a bucket of Kellogg's Raisin Bran, and fucking all of a sudden the food industry is that's what you got to eat.
It's called taking advantage of a situation.
100%. Yes.
Actually trying to fill a gap to help the situation.
Well, dude, you missed the clip here earlier, but Pepsi's adding prebiotics to their Pepsi. Yeah, I'm going to go have a Pepsi so I can go to fucking prebiotic in it. Like, fuck, man.
Well, the interesting part is that once they do that, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of study on, is it really what it's supposed to be? Or is
yes.
I did a video on this.
Yeah.
A store. I went and grabbed, I can't remember the label, but they're all fucking the same. The big
100%. Yes.
Peanut butter.
Yes.
It was Jiffy or Skippy or whatever these fucking things.
Yes.
It said high protein. And then next to it was not a high protein. Well, the high protein was more expensive, clearly. Probably more than 25%. I don't remember exactly. Flipped it over and look. I mean, fuck. The increase of protein was probably not even 10%. Maybe. Okay, let's call it 10. Let's be generous. It's okay. Peanut butter is a fucking fat source.
Yes.
Not a fucking protein source. But it's like, okay, yeah, increased protein. Oh yeah, I'm getting my protein. I'm having high protein peanut butter. Man, people, it's like if we had a conversation about not running headline to headline.
Yeah.
Headline that gets your attention. This is, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I need to do some research.
Yeah.
That's what a headline is.
Yes.
Well, so the all of the shit that we're seeing, they're just headlines to get people to dive in to buy more products.
100%. That's exactly it. It. Hey, so I got one more title, then you sneak out of here and go do your movement if that's what you got to do. We got a fun story, man. You dropped mitochondria yesterday on the show as part of a conversation, but Emma Mazenga, 92. Jimmy, you got that clip? Let's tee this clip. No go? All right. We got a 92-year-old lady who ran, where's my notes here? So get this, man. We got a 92-year-old woman, Johnny. So talk about never actually, just life getting after, man. 92-year-old sprinter. She has mitochondria of a 20-year-old. So she's been breaking world records, like 200-meter sprints, a 50-second outdoor sprint. And she's like, researchers found her body aging far more slowly than expected. And she has just been, tests show her cardiorespiratory fitness resembles something in her 50s. Her muscle mitochondria function looks like she's in her 20s. And she trains about an hour a day, walks her neighborhood, shops on foot, balanced diet. There's an example of just living life. Like, honest to God, man.
Dude, all we are is cells. Every piece of us is a cell.
Yes.
And every cell has basically a mitochondria, which is basically the motor.
Yeah.
Think about it. We got billions of motors. And if our motors are all fucked up, we're all fucked up.
Yes.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Let's just say that we all were born with, 100 horsepower mitochondria. And let's just pretend that we're all programmed to live to be 100. And every year we lose, a horsepower. At 80, you're fucking living off 20% of your horsepower.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a really
Yeah.
overly simplified way to look at it, because that's not that simple by any means, but at least gives people an understanding that if you don't, when was the last time we were taught to, hey, we got to take care of let's make sure we look after our cellular health.
We don't talk about it. Nobody talks about it. No,
of course not.
It's not talked about, right? It's but she's a good example of actively living.
It's taking things to a different level.
Yes. Actively living, though, not waiting around to die. She's like, no, I'm going to keep running. I'm going to keep walking. And she enjoys her glass of wine. I would be the one judgment call it. I'd say, hey, young lady, stop your glass of wine. Maybe you'll go faster.
Well, it's crazy. It's if you're doing everything right.
Yeah.
Putting in the bits of enjoyment.
Yes.
That are very
100%.
overly managed. Let's call it overly managed.
Yes.
These things, they don't be, it's putting in that glass of wine, eating a fucking box of wheat thins with it.
Yes. That's her joy, her glass of wine, right? And sit back with her friends probably and having her glass of wine, and that's her joy. And how can one judge and get all over that? Speaking of judging, I love how Red Bull does crazy things. We got an epic spot. Jimmy, let's run this epic spot, man, to have some fun here before we wrap up the morning loop and get into some deeper conversations here. Jimmy, let's run this one.
Welcome to Epic Spot, where we rate the internet's craziest clips.
If your palms sweat, it belongs here.
Today's epic spot is a dude in a magic carpet wingsuit stepping off a mountain. All right, let's watch the clip.
This is crazy shit, Johnny. Can you imagine doing this?
He just walked off a cliff like it was a sidewalk. You get dizzy on your office swivel chair, this guy is different. This is not dumb shit award, this is trained, calculated crazy. Yeah, this is what happens when skill meets terror and a decent life insurance policy. Send us your most epic clips, not your emergency room auditions. If it beats magic carpet base jumping, we owe you a shout out.
I'm having a brain fart. My man with the sweatsuit on. What's his name?
Who, one of our hosts there, who's Sterling and Preston?
No, the guys that were just talking, the Chunker and the guy with the
Frankie and Tommy.
Yeah.
Chunker.
What's the sweatsuit dude's name? I forgot. They went on a hiatus so long. I forgot their names.
Yeah, that's Tommy. That's Tommy's in the Tommy. That's Chunky Tommy over there. Yeah.
No, who's the dude in the sweatsuit?
Oh, that's Frankie.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie's looking a little pale. Is he okay?
Yes. I think he needs some food in his body. He's been stuck on the.
Say, fuck, man. Has he been stranded on a goddamn island? Chunker's been eating all their stuff.
We got to get them back to North America. They're stuck on an island out there. So.
Pale and losing weight. Jesus, like, fuck, he looks like he's got chemoed like me.
Oh, my God. That's funny. Hey, do you know who Julius Maddox is? You must know Julius Maddox, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had him on my podcast.
You did?
Yeah, at one point we were sponsored by the same nutrition company.
Okay, well, yesterday we talked about the Tom Stoltman story. I found one interesting today that I threw on the table for us. So here's what I want to ask you: Do you want to sneak away for a quick little break, and then we'll come back and get into this one, or what do you want to do?
If I sneak away, it's not going to be a quick little break. I got to go up to the main house. So,
well, you tell me. So, but I'm okay on my own here too to kick it off here. So I want to make sure you're comfortable.
I pinched it hard enough. It chased it away for a little.
Okay,
while.
There you go. Hey, Sophia, let's start the conversation with the Julia Maddox redemption story from dope to 800 pounds this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Some redemption stories end with a quiet apology. This one ends with a man chasing 800 pounds on the bench. Before the world records, Julius was a young father watching his life collapse from bad decisions, thinking it was over. His turning point wasn't a gym. It was a faith-based rehab basement called The Dungeon. Dirt floor, borrowed weights, nothing glamorous. One day they loaded every plate they could find. He benched 525 without blinking. And suddenly survival had a new assignment. From there, it wasn't about chasing clout. It was about becoming a different man. for his kids, his community, his God. Center stage this morning, we're walking through how he went from dope to 800 pounds and what that means for you.
Johnny, let's get into the conversation with Julius Maddox, man. What a fascinating story when I found him. So he was on your podcast. You guys are sponsored by the same person. So he goes from struggles with drugs and to benching.
It's a common fucking that story has its own details, but it's almost like this is some sort of a structure to a blockbuster movie that just seems to work.
What do you think that is?
Well, because it's like I said, when you overcome something, when you overcome something that's truly challenging, you get better, and then you realize I can apply this to other shit that I'm good at, and I get really fucking good.
It's moving negative. It's moving this extreme negative energy in one direction, and then finding an extreme positive energy moving in a different direction. It's I'm oversimplifying it, but it really kind of becomes that, doesn't it? It's like, okay, this is going to kill me. This is going to make me better. I got to move my one habit from over here to a habit over there.
You can summarize the mindset in one fucking word: good.
Do tell me.
Okay. No matter what happens, good. Worst situation pops up, good. Your mind, you just good. Your knee-jerk reaction is good. Stops all the fucking negative spirals. Searching for the silver lining, but more importantly, because you realize that all the shit that happened that fucked you up. See, MHP, there's the company. All the shit that fucked you up made you better, and you're thankful for the trials and the tribulations. You know, it's like my tip yesterday. You're wanting more in your life. You're asking for more, but then when you get served up the recipe, you run away from it. You're asking for more. You want a better life. Well, then you got to get better. So life's going to put some challenging shit in front of you, and if you don't overcome it, you haven't developed. You're not going to get better. So whatever happens, good. Some life fucking kicks you in the nuts, good. Life serves you up what you want, good. Doesn't matter. What's the answer? What's the knee-jerk reaction? Good.
That's fascinating to me, man, because when you simplify it that way, it makes a lot of sense, because it really helped me lean into his story as I was studying him yesterday to learn about this. But he was,
brought that to the forefront was Jocko, the SEAL.
Oh yeah. Jocko Willink.
He became really, when he started his podcast, and he started spreading that message, it just took off like wildfire. Because he makes that so fucking simple to understand.
Yes,
and that's what it is. People need simplicity. People get caught up in all the complexities. They get lost in the details.
Yes,
you know, you're fucking missing what you're supposed to be looking at.
Well, again, and you're going to see him. I want to lean more into these transformation, motivational, inspiring type stories during our center stage, because these affect everyone. They really do. And I go back to what changed my life has always been the gym, the simplification of a gym, lifting something heavy up and then putting it down. I know, like you too as well. It's discipline.
Totally. To do that. And here's the thing: so many people,
oh,
I want a better life. I want this. I want that. I want that. They're not understanding what's coming. As soon as you ask. You're going to get some nasty shit show up.
It's that be careful.
Every time I want more, I get that. Well, it's because you're getting what you want. You're just not fucking recognizing that this is part of the fucking path to get there.
It's the be careful what you wish for symptom, I like to say. And
you want to win the championship. Okay, well, a championship of what? Doesn't matter what. You want to win something big?
Yes.
Well, guess what? There's a lot of shit that you're going to have to do that's going to be really uncomfortable to get there. So if you want that, start fucking working and shut up.
Again, not to oversimplify it, and I sound like a fucking deadbeat horse continuing to beat this, but it's why I always would like to say to somebody, before if you want to go do business, or you're going to go start your own business, or put your millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, go spend a year or 6, 8, 9 months going to the gym nonstop, and then come talk to me. Because if you can do that regularly and accept the pain, accept the the failures, the acceptances along the way, then maybe you can go, then maybe I'll support you pulling your own money out of the pocket. But too many people don't want to put because it's not hard to go to the gym and lift a heavy weight up. It's not actually, it's not hard.
Weight. Don't even forget the heavyweight part.
You just got to go. I know that's what I'm trying to say. Is you got to go though, and then you got to go, and 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 there's no ending.
Look at him. Does that look heavy to you right there?
Yeah, no. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. What I enjoyed about him, Johnny, is that he uses a word and clearly, that he talks about it often. I'm curious to know if you talk about it on your show with you, but the purpose that he leaned into is greater than the platform. If I can change one person or inspire one person to live a different life, then I'm fulfilling my purpose. I got goosebumps when I read that because I'm thinking, wow, like that's his whole mission, right? He's like, I had struggles. I was selling pills. I was doing I was the bad shit on the corner. I can change my life, and if I change mine, I can change others. And then he says, and I think maybe you can lean into this too. I got a second chance at life, so I'm not going to waste it this time. I'm going to take full advantage. And it's funny because that leans into what our deep dive topic today, which is men that are maybe reluctantly not seeing the doctor, talking to the doctor, or just sometimes we need a wake up call. This guy needed a wake up call by his drug addiction, and he's like, I got a second chance. I'm going to not wreck this second chance.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to remember too, there's always somebody that's got a more fucked up story than you.
Yes,
you're going to sit there and fucking bitch about yours.
Yes. Yes.
Well, you're doing exactly the opposite of what you need to do to get whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Good morning.
Life doesn't give the shit that doesn't give the stuff to the complainers.
No. Oh no, shit no. So I can't even wrap my head around the weight that he pushed on a bench press. So he did an 800-pound bench press. I can't really wrap my head around that. Let's put that into context for a second. 800 pounds, Johnny.
Yeah, most people will never. And to keep in mind, you understand, this is raw. There's so many big benchers that have shirts on.
Simplify that for me. What does raw mean?
Okay, so see, look at him. So there, all he has is fucking wrist support on.
Oh. Okay. Yes.
Now let's go to the flip side.
Yes.
Let's go to they call it a geared lifter. That means he's using shirts, right? So, let's just say that we're geared lifters.
Okay.
Right? We show up to a meet.
Okay.
And we both want to. Well, let's change the story so it's a little more realistic.
Yeah.
I'm showing up to a meet. I want to bench 1,000, and you're my shirt boy.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Sure. I'm the shirt boy. That's fair.
Right. So you know that my first attempt at 800 pounds, I have shirt number 1, right?
Yes.
And then I get that lift, and then you know that shirt number 2 will be my second lift for 900 pounds. And then I have shirt number 3, which will be the big boy. That's the 1,000-pound shirt, right? Now, let's just pretend that shirt boy fucks up.
Okay.
And on the first attempt, you're supposed to give me shirt 1. You gave me shirt 3. That shirt's designed for 1,000 pounds, not 800 pounds. I would never get that fucking bar to my chest.
Really?
Yeah, it wouldn't go to my chest. It wouldn't allow it.
Because the shirt
is pulling. Yeah. In many cases, the shirts are so fucking dialed in. The lifter actually has to pull it that last fucking little bit to get it down.
Dude, so I got to be honest with you. I did not know anything about this. So educate me.
Well, most people don't. That's the whole thing. See,
yeah. So you're
Julius is doing this with none of that.
So hold the fucking horses, man. So these shirts have like a forgive. I'm not using
like springs.
Like a mechanical advantage, like an actual, like a.
Yeah, but now keep in mind, I'm not beating up the shirt people because no. I couldn't just put on a shirt and go bench 1,000 pounds.
Of course,
it is a fucking science to make these things fucking work. You have to practice in a shirt like a motherfucker. You can't just take a shirt, put it on, and expect that it's going to work. That makes sense. There's a technique to it. So a non-geared lifter. It can't just put a shirt like Julius couldn't put a shirt on and add. I mean, he could put a shirt on and add, 50, 80 pounds to his stuff, a real loose shirt that wasn't doing much.
Yes.
But he would have to be trained as a shirted lifter to have that huge benefit like the geared lifters. You have to,
Holy
I mean,
shit.
you have to practice with that shirt on.
Dude, so I did not know this. So then what you're saying to me is Raw, he's got no quote unquote mechanical advantage. He's literally just using his
Just support on his wrists. That's it.
and pushing the weight. Holy shit. So then when you put the shirt on, explain to me mechanically how it works. Does it constrict? How does it push the muscles, or how does it work, John?
Well, it's just kind of it won't allow you to open up. It's like this, I'm not trying. I'm having a brain fart on the material, but the material.
No, but I'm understand. Okay, so it doesn't open. I see. So
like
it's more
if the shirt rips,
yeah,
it's catastrophe.
Yeah,
that fucking weight just comes slamming down.
Dude, did not fucking know any of this. I did not know this.
Most people don't. Like, so, like, you know, when you get some fucking Yahoo and and Julius and I, we giggled about this on the phone.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you know, sometimes I'll have some dude that call, yeah, my son benches 800 pounds. Well, he's a fucking geared lifter, and without a shirted lifter, and without that shirt, he benches about 505, which is still a massive lift.
Yeah.
But not 800-pound lift, because that's a good geared lifter will get up to 30% out of a shirt.
Well, I had 53 years on the planet. I've had my head in bodybuilding and fitness and lifestyle like this my whole life. Did not know this this is all. Charlie's like, Keith's going to go buy a shirt today. I did not know this. This is fascinating to me. I did not realize this. So so when Julius did his record lift, John, was that raw, or did he have a shirt on? I wasn't paying attention.
No, he's a raw lifter. Period.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, because a raw lifter takes pride in being raw lifter.
Well,
he doesn't ever want to have a shirt on, because then it's like, you know,
well, it's like cheating. I'm not cheating, but you're creating an advantage for yourself that you're like, no, I don't need a shirt.
Here's a perfect example. So,
morning, Holroyd.
There's also suits for deadlifting and squatting and all this.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. The deadlift suit is probably the least helpful of the group, but and then there's a thing that you can wear under a suit called a brief. It's just like a pair of briefs, right?
Okay.
Like really fucking tight shorts, right? Like crazy tight, like takes you a couple minutes to get on.
Yeah. Okay.
And like when I had a pulled groin, I would wear briefs because it would support that groin so much. I could have a pulled groin and still squat 700 pounds for reps.
No shit. Because that's support. So
I had a video time where, if I was wearing briefs, I wouldn't cover them up with shorts, because it's misrepresentation.
Yeah.
But I had a video one time where I squatted 700 for 10, 11 reps, and I was wearing briefs because. So I had briefs on, and I had a banged up left knee. So I had a wrap on my left knee, but it was really wraps just over my patella tendon. So it was just protective measures.
Yes.
And so, but the fact that I had any support stuff on, you know, the fucking raw lifters were, he's using this, that, and the other. Doesn't count. They don't like it when someone tries to say that they're doing something wrong when they're not. Now, granted, I wasn't making any claims. I was just showing my workout.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, I mean, it's like a, I don't know what you call it. People take their positions.
Yeah, I get it.
You don't find a lot of guys that do both.
I get it. Okay. So I'm equating it to, it's not the same, but I'm equating it this way to when normal humans wear like compression shorts or compression shirts in the gym. It's not giving you an advantage, but it's a compression type material. I'm hearing you speak. There's a compression to the material, so it's restricting or expanding what you can do. Right? That's kind of what it's doing for you.
I mean, the shirt is not really a compression; it's more of a spring.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, when you say I've been involved in bodybuilding all my whole life.
Fuck, I love learning this, man.
But that's like me saying, yeah, man, I've been fucking deep in technology my whole life. I've had a laptop. I've had a laptop.
Yes, I get you. Yeah.
So it's such a different. I mean, when you crack the surface and you go deep into this shit, there's a fucking underbelly to this that most people can't even fucking fathom.
As you can tell, I'm fascinated by it. I had no fucking clue. Fascinated by it. I did not.
On topics that we can't that I should say we probably could, but I won't.
Yeah.
The things that you have to do, or the things that you watch people do, to bring themselves to this fucking peak human, performance level. Most people
Can't wrap their heads.
They just don't understand.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Like with testosterone, you know, like,
yeah.
You know, you'll see guys on the internet and they'll be like, oh man, they'll be like, oh, because you're like a TRT doses, 250 milligrams, maybe, 400. That's a fairly generous TRT dose, right?
Yes.
And, you'll see some fucking guy that's a beast and some fucking guy that doesn't understand the rules. Oh my God, he must be on 800 milligrams. It's not even fucking down payment on what's going on there, dude. You just have no fucking clue how this works.
He's just going to say, yeah. I don't want to equate this to be the same, but I'm going to mention in the same sentence. This reminds me of when I learned, Johnny, in the wrestling world. Don't laugh at me, but when I learned in the wrestling world that the mats and the rings are spring loaded, and that they could manipulate the spring within the ring to help the wrestlers absorb or perform better, et cetera, and not saying that that's misleading to the public, but it's the technology they use in the rings to make you guys perform better or not make it as not difficult, but
well, it's actually so we can do it again tomorrow.
That's what it is, eh? Yeah,
it's protective.
Well, sure, yeah, I guess
like in the UFC, the glove,
yeah,
that protects the guy throwing the punch, not the guy receiving the punch.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. So you don't wear a glove so you don't hurt your opponent. You wear a glove so you don't fucking break your hand.
Yeah. Dude, I fucking love learning with you, man. I learn shit every single day. I love this. Now nerdy Keith's gonna spend the day digging into shirts what bodybuilders and lifters wear because I'm not
bodybuilders.
No, I'm sorry, I'm wrong choice of words, but lifters and powerlifters. I was curious. I'm curious about that. That's fascinating.
Yeah, and the shirts and the suits is primarily a powerlifting thing.
Yeah.
You find like deadlift suits that will make it into strongman and stuff like that, and squat suits, but like bench press, I don't know. I can't even remember a high level competition that included the bench press and strongman.
Well,
that's a really powerlifting specific lift.
Yeah, I've seen these quote unquote suits on men before, but I didn't realize that they actually had a quote unquote a purpose to them. I just thought they were just like their trunks and their suits, right?
Well, so the interesting thing, like, if you look at some of the records, like you travel back in time, you see like the Bill Kazmaiers, right?
Yes.
He had lifts that were shirted, that he wore a shirt.
Yes.
That stood for, I'm going to say 20 years, but it was probably more than that. But the shirt that he wore, like, wouldn't even be recognized as a shirt now.
Really?
Like that shirt was probably designed more so he wouldn't hurt himself.
Yes.
More as a compression mechanism.
Yes.
Rather than a performance mechanism.
Probably similar, John, to like you and I growing up with wood and baseball bats. Now they got different composite and aluminum or hockey sticks, and where records change because technology changes. Where the guy was like, I wasn't.
But Kazmaier shit stuck for fucking. The technology was so good, but nobody could beat his records anyway. For
that
a long
is cool,
time.
man.
So every once in a while, you'll see a lifter where he's so strong that even the technology can't help some of the newer guys get past him.
Dude, that's fucking fascinating too, man. The idea of strength fascinates me. I saw a clip. I'm going to try to find and show you, but there's a sport. I don't know what country it is. Speaking of crazy sports, where Keith and John tie a string to each other's ear, and it's like ear tug of war. And the guy, it's ridiculous. I'll find the clip and show it to you. But basically,
you know why this is interesting to you?
Why?
Because you had some variation like this on the Funny Farm with genitals, I'm sure.
Because I was playing ear with Bimbo?
Yeah, I was going to say, whatever that fucking weirdo's name was.
All right. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith and John here at Mornings at Alive with Keith and John on a Tuesday, December 1st edition. Having some fun here today. We just wrapped up a conversation with Julius Maddox. All right, so we're going to do an hour or two reset. Let's do this. So let's do a lifestyle tip with Andersen. We'll do an hour or two reset. We'll come back and continue the show here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Johnny, put the bear back in the cave and let's talk about what you want to talk about today. Jimmy, let's do it.
Johnny told us he has one sacred living room carpet where all his ideas and weird experiments happen.
He lies down, waits till 3 ideas show up, then sprints to his phone before his brain deletes them.
If he paused that system to give you a lifestyle tip, fellas, grab a pen. This one will hit.
Well, I guess we're going to go without the vertical here. But whoever's taking notes on my there we go. Whoever's taking notes on what I do in the morning on the carpet needs to listen a little closer, because that was no experiments happen there. That's where the universe brings me my shit. Anyway, I think that we need to go a little deeper into this concept of I think during this talk today about overcoming challenges to do something great. Not everybody's cut out for that, and I get it. But I think that the idea behind people wanting more, or wanting a better life, or wanting something, and then asking for it, or even maybe not asking for it, just deciding to put in some work for it. I think the concept needs to be understood a little deeper. Is that whether you ask or whether you make a decision or whatever it is, and you start forging forward with trying to better your life or reach a goal or whatever it is, just accept the fact that the first thing you're going to run into is going to be adversity. The universe is going to give you some hard shit to deal with. That's just part of the roadmap. So if you think you're going to ask for something and it's going to magically show up, that magic comes after you've actually, call it, paid a consequence, put in the work, made some sacrifices, whatever adjectives you want to use. But just understand the concept is simple. It's just remember, when you're asking or trying or whatever, however it is you phrase it, when you're trying to move forward, you're going to be met with opposition. Welcome that opposition. That's what you asked for. And if you recognize that's what you asked for, you deal with it and you overcome it. This is the process. And if you want to get a little better, you just overcome a little bit of adversity. If you want to get a lot better, just get used to the concept and you keep overcoming whatever adversity life or the universe throws at you. And you just keep getting better and you get more of what you're looking for. Now, the beauty of this is, and this is really the tip, once you accept what I'm talking about here, and you recognize that the adversity and the challenges are just part of the process, you start to welcome them, you start to seek them. And then pretty soon, this is actually something that just becomes part of your mindset. You know that you need to seek some challenge, seek some discomfort, seek something that's going to make you better so that you can get better, so you can get whatever it is you're looking for. So just understand this, accept it, and the whole drill becomes that much easier. Rock and roll.
I think we got a rookie on the buttons today. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hour 2 with Mornings and Live with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, fellas, if you just jumped in, here's a quick rewind. We started by opening your fridge and talked about prebiotic Pepsi. Yeah, true story. Yeah, listen, just don't even get the Pepsi. Never mind the prebiotic one. We also talked about muscle loss when you're taking the GLP drugs. Guys, you got to eat. You got to eat. We talked about a 92-year-old sprinter with mitochondria. Yep. And we talked about a hard look at why eating alone is slowly killing strong men. We had a fun conversation about Julius Maddox, his redemption story from rock bottom to 800 pounds. And then I just spent the last 10 minutes learning about shirts and lifting and powerlifting and things I had no clue what was going on, which is really cool conversation with Johnny about how that industry actually works. Quite fascinated by it. Second hour, guys, we're going to get into some nostalgia stuff. I found a fun conversation yesterday, and yeah, Beholder, dude, I am with you, man. What fascinates me is the slapping competition. I'm going to talk with Johnny about that when he gets back from doing his business over there. Yeah, Whole Red Kaz was a beast, and good time. I saw a video on the ear pull. Dude, it is ridiculous. Let's bring the big dog up on the screen here. Let's talk face slapping. Jimmy. Johnny, what do you think of the face slapping competitions, man? I see Beholder's competition. That's crazy.
So crazy fucking. I actually got a couple of my buddies that
really.
They're not in the competitions. They're spotters. They live in Vegas,
yeah.
And one of them just kind of shows up to events and spots. When I say spotter, he's the guy that makes sure with the guys out cold that he doesn't smash his head on the ground. Right?
Oh.
There's the two slappers, and then there's, I can't remember, one or two spotters, maybe three, depending on the size of the person. Anyway, one of my buddies actually travels with them.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the other one just kind of shows up when they're local. But yeah, but I saw this clip, dude. Check this out.
Yeah.
I had to watch it twice.
Yeah.
I saw it because it was my buddy in the background. He sent me, hey, look at this, And it was this fucking savage looking Islander, dude. Right?
Yes.
I mean, I was like, fuck, man, I wouldn't want to slap this motherfucker. He'd kill me, you know what I mean? Like that look.
Yes. Yeah.
So this, and the video, you couldn't even really see who was slapping him. He probably was a beast.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
You just see this guy's fucking face, normal looking, nasty, mean looking Islander, right? And I mean that, say that with love.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Bam, the slap goes by. Dude, one of his fucking eyes dropped like a clear inch and a half.
Really?
Oh yeah. This bone must have just fucking shattered and his eye fucking like dropped down easily an inch. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? And he barely reacted.
Dude.
Yeah. But I was just like, I wasn't paying that close attention. And all of a sudden I see him afterwards. I was like, I don't remember his fucking eyes not being even. And I watched it again. I'm like, holy shit. Look at that. Fucking bam.
So I got to be honest with you. You've been around this bodybuilding, lifting, strongman for years. It's been your whole career. Were you surprised at first when you heard there was bare knuckle slapping? Were you like, what the fuck is this? Like, were you kind of taken aback at first? Or were you like, oh yeah, of course they're doing that now?
I mean,
or
when it comes down to it, brother, I mean, it's call it entertainment.
I agree. Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm not judging it. I just, when I heard about it, I was like, really? And then I saw it. I was like, of course. Because you're right.
It's like that thing that's getting crazy with it's kind of like one-on-one rugby with where the rules are you have to go fucking, you're not trying to get past the guy. You're trying to fuck, because I think it's even a rugby ball they put in the guy's hands. We watched a clip of it where these guys they run full into each other. I mean, that stuff, it's like they're just taking these little snippets of, like you might watch a whole UFC fight.
Yes.
Waiting for that one fucking shot.
Yes.
That breaks the orbital bone.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, now you get to watch like fucking 6 of them all in a 3-minute fucking condensed fuck. So it's just, is it surprising? No. Is it fucking crazy? Absolutely.
So there was a fellow I knew here in Manitoba, John. His name was Daryl. He'll leave his last name off the table. And big hockey guy here, and he's a hockey agent. And I guess what 20, 25 years ago, he was like, hey, wait a minute. People love watching hockey fights. So he actually launched a hockey fighting like type league sport, tried to. It didn't work at the time because of regulations and nobody would license it. But he was finding old fighters and
he's taking those little bits that people are stoked to watch and just let's cut out all the stuff that slows this part of it down. Let's just serve up what they're looking for. It's like an ice cream shop. You don't have to don't have to eat your meal to get your dessert. You just come in and buy dessert.
Yes. Yeah. No, there's certainly truth to that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, so I got a fun chat here for us to lead into. I thought as I was putting this together yesterday, I figured you and I would both have some fun with this one, as well as our audience. Dude, we are getting younger every single day. And as we get younger, we're observing around us how the world has moved on and changed. Jimmy, run this little clip here if you got it, and then we're gonna have some fun.
Funny how a random song can teleport you back to high school and instantly remind you you weren't always this serious.
For me, it's the smell of cut grass on Saturday. It takes me straight to football pads and thinking anything was possible. Mine's old video game sounds, sitting in a tiny apartment, broke, but convinced we were still gonna figure out something big.
Nostalgia isn't just cute. It's proof you've already done hard things, so your brain remembers, hey, we can do this.
That's why looking back right matters. Not to live there, just to grab confidence and bring it into this morning. So Keith, John, what memory still makes you feel 10 feet tall every time it pops up?
Yeah, it's fascinating, Jonah.
Quick, I think our brother Sterling only told us part of that story. He said the cut grass football practice. He forgot to tell us that he was in cheerleading practice watching the football players.
It's exactly what he was doing. He was the guy watching on the side.
Yeah, they were on the track practicing toe touches, but he remembered that smell of the grass as the football players.
Oh my God. Melissa's like, no. But it's funny, man. So whether it's an old commercial or a book from the past or objects, nostalgia is one of those things that it actually helps us with some of our self-confidence, and it helps us reflect on things we've achieved in the past, and it helps us move forward. And I found this quite interesting because, you start looking at images and you start reflecting on life, and what was meaningful for me, John, and what I wanted to put out there for our audience, is that sometimes if we're struggling throughout the day, and sometimes if we're stuck and we're having troubles moving forward, there's science that says it's helpful to reflect upon things that we've enjoyed in the past. Nostalgia. To help motivate us and maybe spike a little dopamine inside of our body to say, oh yeah, man, that old TV cart that would run into the classroom. And when the TV cart came in, it meant that it was free time with my friends. And what science is telling us, John, it makes us feel good about ourselves and what it might do. You know how we talked at the beginning of the show, how we chase dopamine hits. Well, sometimes maybe if we're stuck, reflecting on nostalgic moments or nostalgic objects is helpful. Do you ever find yourself doing that? Because I know you're an analog guy, and I'm being serious. Do you ever find yourself going, and I know you're not a stuck guy, but sometimes we just kind of find ourselves.
It's music for me, brother.
It is, eh? Yeah.
So I'm literally going through one of those right now.
Oh, really?
This is a very interesting one, though. Very interesting. So
tell me.
Different than normal.
Okay.
So Thanksgiving.
Yes.
It all started with my brother. He had this really intricate playlist. He sent me this playlist that he had. It was 24 hours of 51 minutes of music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so dinner was over. We were just it was just these random songs that would come up. And we were kind of doing the name that tune, because, we all kind of knew what they were. And so a song came up, and it was a Tears for Fears song. And it wasn't the song that I'm going to reference, but it triggered my brain like, holy shit.
Yes.
I need to go back and listen to this.
Yes.
Now, here's the interesting part. It was really interesting to me because this song actually triggered me to really dig this whole album, because it became like a safe place, safety net. I was listening to this album during one of the hardest fucking emotional breakups that I'd ever been through at that point in my life.
Yeah.
And so anyway, when I went back, I remember I listened to this thing all the way until it went from pain to joy. Right. And so I put the one song on that was the one song that I bought the album for.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I put it on yesterday morning for the first time.
Yeah.
I pulled it up in the car on the way home. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna dive into this fucking memory lane when I'm driving with Terry. We're having fun talking, blah blah blah, and we were actually listening to a podcast together. But I knew that I was just putting up my cue for the next day. And what was cool about it was it took me back through that period of growth. So yes, it gave me the dopamine, but it also, I really, really had a lot of, I'd say fun, but there was so much more to it. Just remembering the struggle, remembering the healing, remembering it hurt so bad to it, it turned into that pain turned into me being so much better. So it was like not just a dopamine hit of, oh, I get to spend time with my friends. It was like a fucking walking through like a really, really, it was like over a year period of me healing.
And I bet you, as you were listening to that music, it took you right back to that time, didn't it? And it's incredible how magical that is, but then how you're able to bring yourself back to the moment of today.
Oh, dude.
Right? Like
like there was a certain point in the song where it would like it would pick up, and it would just be like, I can remember when that would like make me cry.
Yes.
Pick up. And then I remember when that same part after I'd healed, that same part would like just fucking make me like literally sometimes almost cry from tears of joy.
So it's
like such a fucking trip, because I could feel both of those emotions all with this fucking song. Cause this was, this would have been over 30 years ago, probably 30 years ago to the T. Yeah. 30 years. Cause I'm 53.
Yeah.
I'm almost 54. So maybe 31 years ago.
I love that you've
three fucking decades, dude.
I love that you've embraced this conversation with me, because this is exactly where I was hoping it was going to go, and you were going to lean into it. Because now listen to this. This is going to fucking hit you. So Charlie, good times pops in the comments here. Think about this, brother. The last time I remember the TV cart, the shuttle blew up. And fuck, so do I, because that's exactly my last memory of the TV cart. I remember when
because they shuttled it in so everybody could watch.
Yeah, they exactly. And poor choice of words, but you're right. It was like, we got to get the cart in the room because this event happened. And I remember, like, fuck, man, I remember like it was yesterday. I remember what I was wearing. I remember the room. Fuck, man.
Well, you know the crazy part about that.
Yeah.
So imagine this. You're not in your classroom.
Yes.
You're in an assembly. The whole fucking school is there, and they've got it on some fucking massive TV screen because one of the participants on that fucking shuttle is Mrs. Blank from the school that you attend. And they're fucking cheering as this thing goes in the air because their teacher is on board, and then the fucking thing explodes. It would be like
I remember
pin dropping in that gymnasium.
Were you there?
No, of course not.
But no, okay, yeah, but you can imagine.
But
yes.
I mean, but that happened, and I remember thinking to myself, holy shit,
yes,
this is kind of fucking weird for me. But think about the poor fucking people who knew that lady that were talking about
Sally Ride. Sally Ride. Yes.
Holy Christ.
I want to lace humor into this nostalgia comment, and to the guys that are listening, maybe you can laugh with me. But I also remember the nostalgic moment. I remember where I was sitting. This is not as far ago, and this is not to get political. I'm just making humor. When I watched Colin Powell get in front of the assembly and talk about how the big presentation about the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq that never existed. But I remember it because it was like this big deal, and it was this big presentation, and it was this, oh yeah, truth. None of it was real. But to me, it was kind of that same situation where it was like, okay, there's this big event happening and we all got to pay attention to it. And it was like, oh yeah, none of it's real. But yeah, nostalgia, the TV cart. Remember what the hell's it called? When you had to, when we bought our soft drinks in the past, you had those rubber caps, you pulled them out and you had to enter those to win awards or collect the rubber caps, like these ridiculous things that we did as kids. Remember?
The rubber caps. Where were the rubber caps?
So you would undo like the Coke bottle or the pop bottle.
Oh, it was tucked inside there.
Yeah, you had to peel it out, and there was printing on it, and you might win something, or these things that we would do, man. The other thing, the overhead projector. Remember, your teachers would have the laminates and put the overhead projector on and teach you how to do algebra. Like these devices that we would use back then. You look at them now, like, huh, really? It elicits these emotions, and obviously music is a harbinger of that. But these objects that we also have in our lives are bring things back as well. The purple and pink eraser. who the fuck has a purple and pink erasure these days? Like those things that we grew up with, right? So I thought it was fun. Or the CD where you write in the CDs, and I know CDs are still popular. See-through electronics back when the Apple thing came out. But and then one last thing, I still had, and I told you this before, I still have an alarm clock in my garage today, garage, that was my 14-year-old or 15-year-old birthday present. Was
it a Big Ben?
No, it was one of those like fuck. It was. There's actually a picture on here. No, just an old school General Electric digital clock. My first one had those flicking things, but no, just
remember the ones before it was digital. It was you had to wind it up before you.
Yes, I totally do. Yeah, yes, yeah.
Those were called Big Bens, weren't they?
That's because they took the name out of the Big Ben in London there, right? So it was. I thought that was quite interesting. So yeah, so I put this topic out there, because, one of our goals with this show is to help men achieve goals. And sometimes when we're stuck, we're looking for ways to become unstuck. Well, maybe one of the ways to become unstuck, and I'm really glad you leaned into, brother, was like, yeah, I use some music, some things that helped me in the past. And, and whether it's sadness or happiness, there's still emotion linked to it. And, and it spikes a chemical reaction in our body. And if we can leverage it properly, it can move us in a positive direction. So there's power to nostalgia, man. And, I
think when you couple that with, it gives you that breath of fresh air that it gives you.
Yes.
Don't just fucking blow it out. Do something that makes you got to turn that into something.
Yes.
Don't fucking sit around and listen to fucking old songs for the rest of your life. Listen to that song.
Yes.
And fucking get off your ass, because it's that motion, that progression that's going to fucking get you unstuck, not the fucking music.
Dude, you know what? Thanks for saying that, because too often I'll use the word wallow. Like, I'm not feeling very good, and I'm going to find some music to get myself in a better mood. And then what will happen is we will wallow and we won't get out of it. So to your point, listen to the music, accept it, create awareness with it, but keep moving, right? Move through the music, right? Not just sit and wallow, because it's easy to wallow, especially if we're in a tough spot. Hey, one last thing. Do you remember the removable faceplate car stereos? I got to think, you being in California, that was popular. Remember?
My Jeep in Mexico still has one. It's a 1993.
Do you remember? Yeah, I still have one.
Yeah, because down there, it doesn't have doors, no top, right? It never fucking rains. So, if you take the fucking face off it, nobody wants to steal it.
Yeah. And Beholder says, even watching old commercials bring back nostalgia. I hear you. And then, why was my gym teacher out of shape? I think every gym teacher was out of shape at the time. Beholder, when the shuttle blew up, I was in grade 4 sitting on my desk, and I remember the teacher saying a disaster just happened. Yeah. And I remember it was yesterday. It's incredible how, and then Beholder comes back and says, I see your message, good time. Unwrap the car. Thanks, pal. And this Beholder says, nostalgia is like an old time machine or a message in a bottle. Sort of. Yeah, that's exactly it. And nostalgia is fun, man. I love nostalgia. So here's one thing about nostalgia that I wish society would like to have back, because I was a product of this, and I'm suspecting you are too. I was absolutely, and my mom and dad were a product of this. They were a product of convinced by the marketing agencies that were selling us boxed cereal. Because my house, John, grew up with the boxed cereal. Like, I'm telling you, my dad was, the cornflakes, the Raisin Bran, the Rice Krispies, the Cheerios, the fucking Frosted Flakes, all that crap, right? And then of course, when the marketer's like, well, yeah, we're putting whatever whole grain or the protein, of course, and they'd buy more of it. But it was that's why I'm joking with you, the 2 scoops of raisins, right? Because that whole industry changed a bunch of folks like you and I growing up with eat your morning cereal, and that wrecked a lot of fucking people eating that morning cereal, brother.
Oh yeah.
True. I had a lot of that morning cereal with the morning cartoons. Yeah, exactly. Good time. Morning cartoons and cereal, man. Crushing Fruit Loops. Like, tell me you as a fat kid did not fucking crush box cereal, brother.
Oh, are you kidding me? Well, I had fucking fortified vitamins.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. What was I was getting my vitamins is what I was doing.
I could still see the front of the Fruit Loop box that says fortified vitamins and minerals in your Fruit Loops, and it was and we as humans were convinced that it was good for us.
Yeah, fuck, man.
It's incredible, isn't it? Like, when you think back about that, like, think back to that time that it was, and the balanced breakfast. It's okay to eat Fruit Loops with your milk. It's actually fucking bizarre to me. Okay, it's 3 minutes before you got to go, but I'm getting you out of here now because I can see you pinching. You've left the cave. You've left the bear in the cave. Go and get the bear out of the cave, and evacuate the situation so you can stop squirming, brother. Hey, I'm going for an eye check today. I forgot to tell you that today. I don't like the eye doctor.
Why?
Because can I tell you why? Because because I feel like I'm going to fail the test, and I don't like failing. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being your friend and your brother right now. The idea of failing, and I know there's no you don't get an A or a B or a C.
Run to it, brother. Run to it.
I know, and I'm going to. I'm laughing with you, but I know, Melissa, you can't fail an eye test. I know, but it's how I'm wired, brother. I'm competitive. I like to do things that others don't do, or kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, I got to get all the fucking letters right. I got to get this right. I got to get that right. So it's just how I'm wired, man. Just how I'm wired. Sorry. Just telling you.
Well, go fucking do what you got to do with the eye doctor, brother.
I'm going to be just fine. I will go and
go get him. Go get him, baby.
I will go and get him. Get out of here. Go have a good shit.
Have a good loop, my brother.
You too, pal. We'll see you in less than 22. All right, get you out of here. Jim and Johnny's out of here, guys. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We've had a fun 90 minutes with Keith and John here. Yes, we're going to do, Johnny, yeah, we had to go here. So let's do it, Jimmy. Let's do it. Did you know, pal? We got a good Did You Know segment. Let's get after that, pal. Let's do it.
Tommy, did you know iOS 26 now tells you when your iPhone camera lens is dirty? So my phone's judging my greasy fingerprints now. Awesome. When you open camera, it checks for haze, low contrast, and blur. Yeah? If it sees that, a banner pops up basically saying, clean your lens, dude. To turn it on, go Settings, Camera, then tap Lens Cleaning Hints. Flip the switch green, and your phone quietly starts watching for smudges. Heads up, Lens Cleaning Hints only works on newer iPhones like the 15 and up. It only checks when camera's open and skips most fake dirty lens alerts. When it nags you, use a soft cloth, not your t-shirt. Clean lens, sharper photos. That's your Did You Know from the doc.
Yeah, so good time. I'm dyslexic. I failed the test. Yeah, I just, it's on a math test. It's just nonstop testing. Looking here, blowing stuff into my eye and having to find some fucking balloon in the screen and read the letters on a chart. I've memorized the letters on a chart. Like I fucking memorized them. I've been studying all night. Guys, you can download the board and you can take it on your phone. It's the last thing before I was going to bed, I was studying the chart so that I can show the doctor today that I fucking know all the lines. He's like, Billis, how do you know all the lines? I never tell him my secret. Yeah, true story. So I studied them all, right? So when I sit down there today, I can just get up there and I can say fucking boom, 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 boom. Last time I was there, I was like, Billis, your eyes are closed and you know the numbers. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So there you go, guys. You just got to do what you got to do to get through it. So yeah, I got the old, Melissa's like, wait a minute. I'm telling you, I think they probably do like 10 tests, right? They blow the air in the eyes. They make me watch where the fucking lights light up. I just sweat profusely. Yeah, I sit there and I just fucking sweat and sweat and sweat. I'm all anxious and for no reason. It's just the most ridiculous situation ever. Because I'm like, I'm failing this. I missed the light. Is that the right letter? The people that are working there are like, dude, just chill up, man. It's a fucking, it's an eye thing. Thanks, Melissa. Okay, guys, let's get away from eye tests. We got a morning focus topic. We got Maya Reyes Community Corner in the last 30 minutes. But before we do that, if you're running a business, guys, thinking about running a business, how Google, Microsoft, and Perplexity decide if your brand's going to show up in AI search. And I'm talking about this because this is what we're doing. We're building our business right in front of you guys. And one of the things we are looking to do is to continually getting mentioned in these search platforms because things, they be a-changing. So how do we do that? Well, let's get after it. Jimmy, let's run the opener. Let's have a conversation. How Google, Microsoft, and Perplexity are deciding if your brand is showing up in AI search.
AI search isn't 10 blue links anymore. It's an answer engine quietly deciding who speaks for your industry.
And those engines aren't neutral. They reward brands of machines can skim fast, trust quickly, and quote without confusion.
Google, Microsoft, Perplexity all keep saying the same thing. Structure your content, show receipts, and stop hiding answers in messy paragraphs. They're not ranking whole sites. They're cherry-picking paragraphs and screenshots to build the one answer your customer actually sees. If AI doesn't cite you, your brand turns into background noise while somebody else explains your category inside their overview card.
In this deep dive, we will show you how to build pages AI loves to quote without selling your soul to algorithms.
Hey team, just since we like to meet in public for and just have conversations out loud here, guys, just noticing here. So you'll look on our transitions there. We got about a 6 second, 7 second dead air transition. We want to get rid of that, right? We want to go straight from end of conversation, boom, boom, right into where I am here. So we don't want the audience sitting there for those 6 or 7 seconds waiting. You do that 6 or 7 seconds 8 times, we've wasted 48,000 minutes of dead air. So just a heads up, guys, as we're making the transitions, that's what we want to, that's our goal. Those are our objectives. That is what we want to achieve. And, you know, guys, talking about the eye situation, I will be, I guess, really transparent. And I guess it comes down to what Beholder's comment is, I'm scared. True. Scared. I think that what scares me most is losing my eyesight. I think it's the one thing that there's. I think it's the one fear I have is not being able to see. So going in and saying you got glaucoma as Beholder's buddy was diagnosed or this, that just freaks me the fuck out. And maybe it's the ostrich theory, right? And as you know, and I certainly don't want to be a hypocrite because I'm encouraging you guys to do the things that if I'm encouraging you guys to do them, I need to do them too. But I think it's kind of that ostrich theory, right? Which is if I just put my head in the sand, I don't got to deal with it. But I'm fucking scared. True story. Yep, 100%. Just put it out there. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, scared. And I probably should have said it when Andersen's here. It just didn't come to me. But yeah, scared. And not scared of going to the doctor. That's not what I'm scared of. It's scared of not knowing what it's going to tell me. It's like, hey, I looked at your eyes and you're fucking got glaucoma. Like, oh, no. Or, hey, you're going blind. Oh, no. And I'm sure there's the logic and there's no evidence for that. Probably none at all. But, yeah, it's fear. True story. So there you go. Vulnerable Billis. Safe space for you guys. I'm scared. So, but it'll be fine. And we'll go to it, do what you got to do, and make it happen. So, yeah, it's funny. Eat your carrots. I disliked eating carrots growing up. Thanks, Andersen, for reminding me what the H word was. Right. So, yeah, so because I'd vomit. Dude, if I had to eat peas and carrots, bleh. Yeah, body reflex gag did not do well with peas and carrots. So, good time. You should look forward to it. You have the Ray-Ban glasses if you need to script them out the lenses, and that's true story. Yeah, 100%. I wear contacts. You guys don't know, but I'm wearing contacts for 53, 40 some odd years. So, yeah, I appreciate you, Beholder. Yeah, it's true though, man. I'm just sharing with you guys me. If I'm going to ask you to share you with me, I got to share me with you. And yeah, to say that I'm scared would be an understatement. So, all right, we are talking about, yeah, dude, good time. I'm with you, man. So maybe there's learning here in all this bullshit, guys. Maybe there's learning in all this, right? Maybe there's learning in this. Maybe the group in all this is like, hey, when we got to go do our doctor stuff, maybe there's some accountability friendships happening here. I don't know. It's a good time. If you got to go to the doc, I got your back. If I got to go to the doc, maybe you got my back. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works. That's just how it works. I appreciate you, Beholder. Yeah, I appreciate that. But that's the truth. I'm not going to walk away from it. I'll just walk towards it. And, good time. I appreciate that, man. Fuck, you're making me, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So, we're going to keep the conversation going with, it's why the show works, guys. It's why it works. Right? When I share, you share, we all share together, and we all move in the same direction. Okay, so listen, the world of search is rapidly changing. The days of the blue links are over. There's a better way to get results, whether it's chat, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's Google, whether it's Perplexity, and all of that is changing, right? On the Google side of things, their guidance is to treat AI overviews as an evolution of SEO. In other words, the content you're creating needs to be crawlable, fast, and well-structured. Right? So using clear titles, headings, lists, and tables instead of walls of text. So snippets are easy to extract. I saw a wonderfully newly designed website and it had 2 tabs, human, machine. Because as agents began reading more of our web pages than humans, we're leaning into more of the machine read text. So Google is talking about, they got an absolute schema, right? An implement schema, submit sitemaps, keep content fresh with visual, publish updates. But the point is orchestrating and creating your content so it's easy for Google to read instead of just a link to what we were doing yesterday. On the Microsoft side of things, they explain that AI search still ranks content, but at the paragraph section level, selecting the most snippable pieces for answers. And guys, all you got to do is look yourself. Look at how Google is presenting content. Look at how Microsoft, it's different than what it was, quote unquote, yesterday, right? So strong technical hygiene. You want crawlability, internal links, plus tight formatting, short answers to questions, bullets, right? And direct answers to questions. So, and thinking in question and answer structures is also very helpful across all the platforms. Informational versus transactional. So any of the tools you're reading and using can lift exactly the part of the page. So think of the question you might be asking as a human, and then think about what the answer would be. That is how we want to construct our content for these new models. Perplexity talks about describing, and people are kind of weaving in and out this term. Is it generative engine optimization? Is it AI optimization? Is it, so there's some of these terms are somewhat interchangeable, but Perplexity's team describes generative engine optimization as a mix of classic SEO and answer engine thinking, not a magic hack. And the key themes from Perplexity are creating authoritative, well-structured content that directly answers questions, right? So we're not rushing to grab and buy keywords and flagging keywords and making a bunch of that crap out there. We want well-structured content that directly answers questions, right? Build real-world trust, right? Through backlinks, through mentions, through awards, and expert bylines. So Perplexity and similar tools can view your brand as credible when assembling. For example, what we're doing here on the show is as we wrap up our shows and wrap up our segments, we are creating Perplexity pages because Perplexity sees authority and rank. So, guys, just some tips. Practical playbook across the Microsoft, Google, and Perplexity landscapes. The overlapping do this now looks like this. Highlights, structure and clarity. Use bullets. Machine readable signals. Authority and freshness. Publish insight-rich, updated content and multimodal depth. Images, videos, text. The reality is this, guys. It's never been easier to create tons and tons of content. You can create tons of slop, or you can create tons of content that is full of value. I would suggest creating the content that is full of value might be the better approach. And all these sets of new tools tracks how often your brand is mentioned. And if you do it properly over time, you're going to find your brand, your business, yourself being mentioned, whether you're in Perplexity, Google, or Microsoft. So there you go, guys. There's a new way to deliver your content and deliver it in a way so it is readable. Melissa, in my feed over here from you guys, beholder, I believe me when I was shocked myself, couldn't believe there's no cure for it. Do an eye examination every 2 years and you'll be fine. Yeah, I go every 6 months, beholder. I do, absolutely. And so I'm wearing contacts as well. And I've had a few eye infections where I really needed to see the eye doctor. And I appreciate beholder. I really do, man. I really appreciate it. It's funny because we have a doctor, a friend of the lab, Dr. Labby. I had him on the show a couple times. And I was telling him that I slept in my contacts a few times by accident. Oh, man, he gave me shit. He's like, what are you doing? You can't do that. I'm like, I know. And I got a wonderful stat from my colleague who I have much love for. True story. Melissa says, for men in their early to mid 50s, the prevalence of blindness is approximately 0.11%. Thank you. The broader category of vision impairment affects about 0.98%, 1% of people aged 50 to 55. This means at your current age, the chance of being blind is roughly 1 in 900, which is quite low. Thank you. I'm a healthy guy, so nothing to worry about. I know, and so here's the funny thing, right? And here's where I lean back into my friend, who I also have lots of love for. His name is Dr. Jon Andersen, who I've learned from, as well as AJ, which is there's no evidence to support that fear, Bills. What are you doing? So probably what I need to do today, true story, I'll go walk into my own mirror, not into it, but I'll walk up to the mirror and I'll talk myself that there's no evidence to support how I'm feeling. And I'll talk and I'll talk and I'll talk to myself so that I don't have the feelings that I'm going to have. But Yeah, so think about me around about 3:15 Eastern time. The handsome chief is heading on down to the eye doc, sweating like a motherfucker, beholder. Good time, just fucking sweating. I'll be driving in the green Jeep. Hey, good time. Maybe the Jeep won't start so that I don't have to go for my eye appointment. All right. Okay, so yesterday, we're going to shift gears here. Yesterday, I saw a fun post. Actually, I got to see if they reacted to it. And these awesome people I found over on LinkedIn, they haven't commented back here, so I guess there's no feedback yet. But they made this incredible post, which I have nothing but love and support for. Guys, they did 50 podcasts in 2 years. 50 fucking podcasts in 2 years. Can you believe it? I couldn't when I saw this post. Especially when I saw how it was presented to me yesterday by my wonderful colleague, Melissa. She's like, hey, check this out. I was like, 50 podcasts, 2 years. Jimmy, do we have an opener for that? I got something to say about it.
Somebody out there is celebrating 2 years and 50 episodes. Adorable. Around here, that's called a slow Monday. We drop 40 podcasts a week and a daily 2-hour live show before most people finish scrolling. You're not behind on talent, you're behind on reps.
Their grind hides in the edit.
Our grind is the show, 8 a.m., lights on, no hiding, no fixing it later.
They're climbing one cute little hill.
We're busy building the mountain range and inviting the whole nation to climb with us. We're quietly building a digital franchise, live, messy, and impossible to fake.
If they can post victory laps over 50 in 2 years,
You can ship something bold before lunch. The floor is yours, Keith.
All right. The handsome chief is here with something to say. My little daily monologue. Ears up, guys. We're going to have some fun with this one. We are going to have some fun with this one. So please take it with more than a grain of salt. And here's the thing. If you're new to the show and you hear some things that I'm going to say, I'm not going to say I'm sorry because it's just our show. We equally offend everyone. And if you can't enjoy the sarcasm that I enjoy delivering, and I know that my wonderful audience of community here, we all enjoy the same sarcasm. So let's get after it. So I saw this post yesterday from Neiman. She's like, hey, check this out. I'm like, all right, what is it? And it was a wonderful post that bragged about 2 years, 13,480 fake hours. What did you say, Keith? Fake. 50 episodes. Yeah. Pretty cute. 100%. 2 years. Congratulations. 2 years, 13,480 hours and 50 episodes. I love it because I got people that are still waiting to start their first one. And these guys did 50 episodes, 2 years, and almost 14,000 hours of listening, I'm thinking. And like Sterling and Preston said, I think it's awesome. I think it's cute. As a matter of fact, I think it's adorable, even. Like a puppy chewing the first microphone. Meanwhile, when you break it down, guys, we do 40 podcasts every single week. Now, we don't chop them up that way, but when you look at our 2-hour show, we break our show up into 2 hours, 15-minute segments, 8 segments a day. Last time I checked the math, 8 times 5 is 40. So every single week, we do effectively 40 podcasts every single week. Congratulations on your 50 in 2 years. I love it. And we're not to compare, but life is full of context, isn't it? That's 2,000 plus episodes a year without breaking stride. And a daily 2-hour live morning show since March 11th, 2024. Do you know how many hours that is? Well, I did some math for you guys. March 11, 2024 to today, December 2nd, is 631 days. 2-hour show, almost 1,300 hours of live conversation for you guys. True motherfucking story. And before that, before I met all you guys, I had another show. It was called Live in the Lab with Keith Billis. That's actually where I met John and Marty. It was a one-on-one show. If you guys haven't heard about it, I invite you to check it out. Some old content over there. The handsome The handsome chief was sitting down and delivering some good one-on-one conversations. Is where Melissa and I met. True story. And during that time, I did 9 months of it. 270 days, didn't miss a day, even Saturdays and Sundays, Christmas. My kids like, what are you doing? I'm building my social proof. That was 540 hours of live conversation. So, total, 2 shows, 2 years, 1,800 hours of real-time, live, unscripted, in the arena work. Boom! That's not counting prep, you guys. That's not counting editing. That's not even counting guest segments. True motherfucking story. And then there's this line. It's funny because in the post, they made a wonderful call out about learning how to get bigger guests. That's great. Cute. Awesome, you guys. I'm enjoying. And hey, you want the handsome chief on your show? Maybe I'll be on your show and I can tell you about my experience. So we've interviewed over 500 guests. And half of them didn't even know they were helping us build a digital franchise while they talked. True story. But here's the real roast in this toast. They framed the journey in that post like they were climbing Everest. Really? Really? But what we're doing, we're building Everest. And we're live streaming the entire climb. And inviting 500 people a year to climb it with us. So, my friends over there talk about the grind nobody sees. Well, we're building a system where the grind is the show, live. Not pre-recorded, not edited. We do it every morning for 2 hours. No hiding, no editing, sharing fears. I'm scared to go to the doctor. No, we'll fix it in post. So while I am proud of you guys and your 50 episodes in 2 years, we accidentally did 50 episodes in a week and a half. A week and a half of 50 episodes. And that's before John AI even warms up out of the can. Yeah, true story. So what's the impact versus the reality? Well, their foundation, 50 polished, produced, curated episodes. Our collective foundation, an 1,800 live archive of raw conversations, burps, farts, characters, chaos, breakthroughs, dump discussions, ejaculate discussions, and a living universe built in real time with a community watching it evolve on a daily basis. So, from my experience, that is not a podcast. What we are building is a digital franchise, a new category, a new media model, a whole ecosystem. So, nation, as I wrap this up, if this show helps people become 1% better every day, I love it. And I congratulate you guys for all the hard work you guys are doing with your podcast. And I got an invitation for you. Because our show helps people become 100% real. So while you guys are advertising your 1% better each day, we're out there pushing help to people become 100% real. Because they watch us build, they watch us learn, they watch us pivot, break, laugh, fail, and rise live in real time. Every morning at 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X, in front of the entire world. So think about this. Their show, love it. It inspires. Our show, nation, it transforms. And we do it together every single day, right here live on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. So, to all my friends out there with the 2 years, 13,480 hours and 50 episodes, I congratulate you. I got nothing but love. And, but when you're ready to step up to the plate and have a real conversation, oh, did he just say that? I got an invitation for you. Why don't you come join me live one morning? Come join me and Johnny live for a live conversation. And let's see if you can keep it up for 2 years. Maya, can you keep it up for 2 years? Let's get on down to the community corner.
You ever catch yourself feeling older, heavier, and way too serious compared to the guy you used to be? Work,
bills, and everybody needing something from you slowly suffocate your spark until you barely recognize your own life.
On top of that, you're scared to speak freely. So you keep trying to sound smart instead of sounding like yourself.
This morning is about dropping the rescue mission, speaking like yourself again, and making space for that younger, lighter version to breathe. All right, handsome chief, let's tear these stories apart. Let's chase some big-ass squirrels in the community corner.
All right. So, actually got an announcement. Ears up, team. I didn't tell you guys this announcement either. So yesterday, Melissa's like, oh, what the hell is he going to say? Yesterday, I got a note from a friend of the show's. Melissa Krasky reached out. Yeah, true story. So Krasky's like, hey, I got an idea for us. I'm like, oh, what's up? He's like, you know Joel McHale's Talk Soup? I'm like, yeah, I know Joel McHale's Talk Soup. He's like, I'm thinking that there's one guy I know that creates the best produced show on LinkedIn and YouTube right now, and that guy is you. I'm like, yeah, that's a true story. He's like, I think it's time for us to do a Talk Soup, a roast and a toast of everything happening on LinkedIn. Yeah, true story. So I suspect what might be coming in 2026 is a new show on the Mornings in the Lab Network with myself and Krasky and a few other kids, roasting and toasting all the motherfuckers over on LinkedIn. Probably Neiman, a takeoff of what's happening during our community corner segments where I'm encouraged to toast, but I end up roasting a lot of the folks that come across the desk. But we're going to do it in fun. Kindness and fun and love, no meanness. So still working the details. I got a little note from the Krasky guy last night, and he's like, hey, check this out. So we'll see how it works. But here's the thing, Neiman. I know that, like myself, Krasky likes to chase squirrels. So we'll see if we can keep the squirrel on track, and we can follow through on it. But we've been talking about it for a while, and he did deliver me a script last night with some ideas on it. So I'm looking that there could be a fun show coming up here in the future with myself and Krasky. And the guy's got a little bit of a following, so I think we can have some fun with that. All right, guys, let's move over to YouTube over right now in the community corner. And let's talk about how aging squeezed the life out of you. And here's how to get it back. Garrett Martin says responsibilities and bills and dependence and constant worry slowly squeeze out the charisma, the playfulness, and the carefree energy you had when you're younger. No, it's actually called fucking life. Yep, true story, Garrett. Sorry. You become more reserved. You become serious. You become tired. Your natural spark dulls. Dude, go fucking smoke a joint, man. Yeah, just go fucking crush a blunt, light it up. Boom. Story. End of story. The relaxed perception of time, it gets replaced by constant busyness and pressure to be productive. What world you living in, brother? Non-stop global news erodes innocence. I do agree with that. So my invitation for you, Garrett, is come join our show. Yeah, because if you come join our show, you will not have any of that bullshit. Now, you're not going to add the stress about these events that are outside of your control. No, we just talk good stuff, like adding prebiotics to Pepsi and the mitochondria of a 9-year-old who's acting like she's 20. Living in the past with regret. Wait a minute. We talked about nostalgia today. We like nostalgia. Living in the past with regret or in the future with fear stops you from being present with your kids, your friends, and your daily life. Any news from Greece? What's happening in Greece there, beholder? I know what's happening in Greece. Many men lose their sense of humor. Not here in the show. No, every single day we put humor on the table. Laughter, carefree spontaneity, but belly laughs, joking, and spontaneous things, deeply nourishing. So, hey guys, here's something for you. If your mornings are sucking, if your mornings are just horrible, maybe you need to audit it. Maybe you need to audit. Why is my morning sucking? Maybe you need to simplify where possible. Deliberately, you're reintroducing playfulness, spontaneity. Maybe you got to rub one out. Maybe like, hey, I haven't rubbed one out in the morning before. Well, rub it out. Maybe that'll help. So, ask yourself this. What do you miss most about your younger self that you need to bring back? And don't tell me it's the fucking Fruit Loops that are filled with vitamins and riboflavin and nutrients and all that shit. All right. Move on over to Substack. Yep, Substack. True articulation isn't sounding smart. It's speaking authentically. Craig Perry says, trying to sound smart, perfect, certainly. No mistakes, memorized lines, kills genuine expression. Hey, Craig, have you heard my show? I certainly don't try to sound smart. Nope, not at all, actually. Sometimes I make up half the fucking words. Sometimes I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. After the show, I'm like, what did I say? But I guess if you're recording a podcast, you can sound smart. Yeah, you can create that perfect certainty. You can ensure there's no mistakes. You can create those memorized lines, just like our friends with the 50 podcasts. Yeah, and what I'm thinking, and when it's created perfectly, you can actually kill that genuine expression, because real articulation, real speaking the words, comes from speaking honesty, while still trying to figure things out. It's like I said to you guys 10 minutes ago, I'm scared. I don't want to get bad news from my eye doctor. What we do in the show here is we think out loud in real time, daily. Embracing uncertainty is the foundation. Being willing to make mistakes publicly. Run towards the failure, you guys. Treat your perspective as an offering, not a law. Because obsessive curiosity makes you useful and unique. You can't articulate what you're not genuinely fascinated by. Listen to my conversations with Andersen this morning, talking about the shirts, talking about the weightlifting shirts. I had no fucking clue. I'll tell you guys something. I know the success I have had with this show and the previous show is because of my obsessive curiosity. I know that if I'm obsessed, I've learned from all of you. If I'm obsessed, curious about something, it often leads back to what you guys are obsessed and curious about as well, which is why we align up at the same path. Because you can't articulate what you're not genuinely fascinated by. And it's funny because when I threw that business opportunity to Andersen a couple of days ago, he's like, nah, it doesn't really fit my vibe. Oh, my vibe, my energy. So, spend some time. Read widely. Don't just pick up the Washington Post or the New York Times and say, oh, here's the news. No, maybe you want to read Al Jazeera, Washington Post, New York Times, a bunch of stuff on Substack, a bunch of stuff on X, everything. Find one story and read 12 different views of it. Build your own distinct voice instead of parroting somebody else's. Practice thinking out loud daily. Fuck, man. Start a live conversation with yourself or with somebody else. Explain what you're learning as if it was to a child, and then angle your interest, connect your weird obsessions. And when you improve how you speak, you'll always feel like you're pushing a rock uphill. That ongoing struggle, well, it's the fucking point. So guys, here's the question for you right now. What ideas are you afraid to articulate because you haven't figured it out? Think about it. Join me on the show live. Let's talk about it. All right, let's move on over to LinkedIn, where you can't stop and you can't fix people who refuse to grow. So stop trying. Shailu Janardhan says leaders can empower, mentor, and provide opportunities, but they cannot transform someone unwilling to leave their comfort zone. In today's no shit Sherlock statement, yes. Nope, if somebody's not willing to learn, they are not going to learn. Yeah, growth's a partnership, not a rescue mission. Because leaders are responsible for building the right environment, the clarity, the opportunity, the support, but they can't force a growth mindset. I don't know how many times I can say to somebody, I can walk you to water, but I can't force you to drink it. I'm going to give you every opportunity to get to that water. I'm going to get you to the fucking water trough. But if you don't want to drink it, that's on you. It's just like the world of AI right now. I said to my team yesterday, I'm actively trying to replace you. What? No, because you need to be actively trying to replace your task with AI. Some people rise as soon as someone believes in them. Others, they stay stuck even when carried. But leaders like you must discern when to keep coaching and when to step aside. Overhelping, like we do with our kids often, what creates that dependency? That harms performance, it harms confidence, and it harms the culture. So here's the invitation for you guys today. Stop overhelping somebody. Instead, encourage their own performance, encourage their own failure, encourage their own confidence. unconditionally love them. So when they fall, you pick them up. The right people, they don't need to be carried. Only given space and support to grow, which is what we do here every single day on Mornings in the Lab. Hey, Maya, who are you carrying that's refusing to walk? And what's it costing you? Let's get after it.
If that hit a nerve, your next move is simple. Stop dragging people who refuse to grow and rebuild yourself instead. Selfishness goes a long way. True mother, you know the rest. Follow and tag us in your next post, fellas. We need roasting material.
There's the sound, guys. The walkout sound. True story. What's up, good beholder? My wife's Greek. Good for you. One of my first girlfriends was Greek. Dina. Dina. All right. So today, guys, that's a wrap on another awesome day here in the lab. We got a guest showing up on the show tomorrow. Today, we went from rock bottom to 800 pounds with Julius Maddox. We pulled apart what it really looks like when a man decides this version of me is done. And then we flip to nostalgia as a mood hack, using your own highlight reel as a confidence tool instead of just a midlife playlist. Guys, today, if you're stuck, guys, lean into that feeling of nostalgia. Try it. Maybe put a music on. Yeah. Confidence comes from nostalgia. In the deep dive, we talked about health wake-up calls, the moment men finally changed. We didn't really get to much of that today, except I revealed my shit with my eye doctor today. And we layered out how Google, Microsoft, and Perplexity secretly decide if your brand shows up in AI search. Morning Focus, we unpacked 50 episodes in 2 years, or how we did that before lunch this week. Yeah, true story. And hey, in the part of today, listen, guys, if any part of today's show hit you, would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know. The lab costs. Sorry, just distracted. Guys, if any part of today's show hit you, the lab Coca-Cola, the 92-year-old sprinter, Julius's redemption, the lonely diners, the AI search game, or just realizing you have been hitting snooze on your whole life, fuck, man, do something about it. Yeah. You don't need my permission. One rep, one message, one better meal, one honest check-in. We always have permission to begin again, guys. That is the business athlete mindset. So before you roll out, here's my invitation. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, tell your friends, because we go live every weekday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. True motherfucking story. Until tomorrow, close those extra tabs, stand up, get some motion, move around, make that body move. Make your decision about your future self that will thank you. Touch your toes today. Go for a walk. Look at the comments here before we get out of here. Beholder, I have a few colleagues like that at the end of the day, just don't want to learn from, even after the experience I have, it's unfortunate. Yeah, true story. Beholder, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Good luck in Greece. Global, they're not going to catch us. We're on a mini mission from God. It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half pack of smoke. It's dark blues, brother. I love you, Global. Michael, you're awesome, man. I appreciate you guys. Holroyd, Global, Beholder. Man, everybody out there today, I'm not going to hit y'all. What else you got there? Petro, have a good one, guys. We'll see you in less than 22 hours right here live, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Mornings in the lab. I'm getting the hell out of here. Good time. Charlie, see you, pal. Hey, 3:15 Eastern time, the doc shop. See you guys. Ciao.